Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hey yo, my name is Princess Lima. My name is Princess Lima on all platforms. For all platforms, y'all see what a pink like. The Islam is about the heart. So you start with inside. So many times people get and they want to be Muslim or they know about Islam and they already Muslim and they're just like, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this, let me do that. But initially it starts with your insides before your outsides, before everything you're doing. It's not like, okay, I can't eat pork, I can't do it. Yes, these are all rules of Islam, of course, in order to be a Muslim. But let's all try to make sure we don't only focus on the outside. Sometimes we can be so focused on what's on the outside, we forget that it's deeply important to manage the inside. So when it comes to Islam and being about the inside, it's about having a clean heart. Who are you internally? Because you can get up and you can put on a full niqab, but if inside your heart it is dark, that's not the intention of being a Muslim. Before even attacking all of that, before I even put my you feel me? Make sure we focus on what's inside of your heart. Focus on your intentions. Because Allah judges off intentions. So you can think you're being a perfect Muslim, but there's not a perfect Muslim that exists. So take that arrogance out. That's another thing inside of the heart. That's rooted inside of the heart. You can think you're just most perfect because of what you look like. You look like a good Muslim. But Allah judges off intentions, not what we look like. So let's clear up our intentions. It is 2 weeks, well, less than a month. Don't quote me, but Ramadan is on the way. So this is a perfect opportunity to clean your heart. That is my goal for this Ramadan. To clean my heart. I want to have better intentions. I want to do things with a clearer mind. I want to just be more happier, be more just nicer, just come closer to what my creator created me to be like, rather than letting the things in this dunya change me into becoming someone that I'm not. So that's where it starts. That's where it starts, is inside of the heart. So we can all use Ramadan as a time to do such. Allah bless us with this beautiful month for a reason, with all the restrictions and everything. It's we don't just go ahead and start fasting and stop eating pork and dress in a certain way without even knowing why, feeling in your heart how secure Islam is and why it is the way it is. Do not force yourself to put on a hijab, and as any man watching this video, do not force a woman to wear her hijab, because she needs to know why it is important, or she won't put it on herself. She won't feel it into her own heart. And you're like, but it's a sin, but it's a sin. Honey, we are all sinners. So how dare you judge someone else because they're not sinning in the same way that you decide to. This is all a process. Everyone has their own journey. Let that be what helps you. Let that be what helps you. Everyone else has their own journey. Focus on you and your deen, and Allah will guide who He decides. So many people are like, you do this, you do that. Focus on you and your deen. Focus on you and your deen. Because a part of the deen is having sabr. So that person may be trying to have sabr. And another part of the deen is making sure you don't judge someone else. So you don't know where they are in their life. Allah does. Allah knows their intentions. So let's make sure we clean up our heart. Do things with the right thing in mind. And you can say out loud what your intentions are to one person so you can look like you're right over and over. But we all know that Allah knows everything. So it's not like, okay, He didn't hear this one thought. That's cap. He heard it all. He knows what's inside of your heart. And if your heart is dirty with black spots on it, Allah knows. So what we need to do is make sure we clean it up to where it's no longer dark spots, to where our heart is just shining. I would like my heart to just shine. So that means I just do everything. Like, everyone deserves respect. Respect everyone. Smile at everyone. Smile at the sinner. Say, hi guys. And just because I'm Muslim, and not because of any other reason, for the sake of Allah. For the sake of Allah. That's it. That's it. Let's clean our hearts, have better intentions. The fasting, being a part of Ramadan, is so we can focus less on what we're putting inside of our body, like food and drink, alcohol, and focus on what we feed our soul. We separate it this way. Now we might have to go through withdrawal because we're used to eating at a certain time, or we're just used to doing certain things we're not supposed to do. But that's why it's such a blessed opportunity to be able to work on those things. It takes 30 days to form a habit, so fortunately, this works very well. Islam is perfect. We are not. We just gotta strive to be better every single day. Ramadan is a perfect time for that. During the time that we're not eating, we're feeding our soul. We have the opportunity to feed our soul and to restrain from things that do not feed our soul. For example, we're not supposed to be backbiting slash gossiping about people, and that can help us know, like, hey, maybe I do talk a little bit much about people and say things I shouldn't say. And the fact that you didn't eat all day because you're not thinking about food, it might take a few days for you know to think about food, but by the time it's like, okay, this is how I should be moving. This is what I should be doing. This is how I should talk. This is how I should respect myself. This is how I should respect others. This is it just remanages your brain. It makes you think more. It forces you to really understand, okay, what am I doing? Especially when there's certain things that are restricted for the sake of Allah. Why would Allah say, okay, you can't do this? Why would this be haram? Haram translates to harm. So it's things that are harmful to us, harmful to our soul, harmful to our bodies and our hearts. And how can you get your heart clean if you're too busy still doing things that are harmful to your heart? It is sinking. Okay. Is it in there? Is it in exactly? Exactly. So it's time that we do a better job and clean our hearts, have good intentions. Once we abstain from feeding ourselves with a bunch of sweets, a bunch of food, a bunch of drinks, just certain things like that, we abstain from talking so much about people. We abstain from smoking and drinking. We abstain from um arguing. That's a big one right there. I'm gonna stop arguing with you. I'm not gonna argue with you just for the sake of Allah, because you know Allah is listening to the conversation, and Allah knows that you decided not to say that one thing, just to even it out, just for the sake of Allah. You just think Allah knows that. Allah knows best, and we got our angels next to us writing down our good deeds for Allah. You know, the good one is on the right side. Not the good one, the good one. They're writing down the good deeds. The angels on the right side are writing down the good deeds that we accomplish. So we want them to be writing all day. We want them to be writing all day, inshallah. So that is how we can clean our heart. We clean our heart, have better intentions, really think, abstain from the things that Allah tells us not to. Yes, be patient with ourselves. 100% be patient with ourselves, but patience, we can be patient while pushing ourselves. And what do I mean by this? So it might be difficult to be patient. Okay, like it's like, okay, I'm doing all these things, but while the time goes past, what do? Listen to Quran, you know, you could do stuff like that. That's how you push yourself, because you don't have to immediately learn it, but for that urge in you that wants to move around, that wants to keep going, or that urge in you that wants to do something that's wrong, that wants to do something you're not supposed to, even in that right in the middle and listen to some Quran. You might not know it, but it is what's best for your heart instead of music, you know. It's what's best for your heart. So let's all take this moment and do what's best for our hearts before we worry about the outside, because the outside is materialistic and you can get wrapped around it. You get wrapped around it, say you do this way, you do this way. You can even, what do you even intend to do? Exactly. Alhamdulillah. I'll see you in the next video.